And I can't remember the last time I saw ZerO deal with mech. It's not a very easy thing to deal with, especially if you're not used to it in the longer game. I mean, the longer the game goes on, the more difficult it is to deal with mech. That's when you see the top players like Jadong or something be able to deal with it. Massive drops are needed, and a massive amount of upgrading, definitely, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, ZerO is kind of blocked off a tiny little position where the vultures would try to run by. So see if those vultures will be able to get... they didn't try to go into that brand new base, but ZerO, he only has a couple of hydras left over here, but now he's bringing in extra hydras. Should be able to kill most of these vultures with that sunken colony. It just now popped up. So Flash going to have to focus on the drones, and he does focus on the drones. But ZerO flying in with his mutas. Let's see if he keeps pumping mutas or not. I think it is the best strategy to go for half and half muta and hydra, to give yourself some air superiority and ground superiority as you're upgrading both. When mech was first bursting on the scene and everyone was so terrified of it, saying it's imbalanced, horrible build, I saw some Zerg players experiment with putting down 2 spires just to get the upgrades for it. I've kind of seen that go away. That's more of a Jadong thing to do. Jadong loves to stick to Mutalist alone, so he's the kind of person who would put down 2 spires for the upgrades. But that does work out. I mean, the more upgrades you have for your mutas, the less effective Goliath will be against them. Okay, there's Flash going for the same thing 3 times in a row, trying to harass down here this expansion. I think ZerO is going to have to come up with a better way of defending that position. Maybe trying to get some better SimCity in there to hang up the vultures as they try to run in. Because Flash is just going to keep doing that because it's cost effective, basically. He goes down there, snipes a few drones, and that makes up for all the vultures he just built. It's whittled down that economy because ZerO, he's expanding. I think he was going to expand at the 2 o'clock position if that's not a grouping of troops up there. But yeah, he's just got to expand everywhere. He's at 4 bases at the moment that are mining. But yeah, I think he is taking the 2 o'clock base as Flash is floating over. More buildings. He already has some nice unit composition out. I see Overlord speed for ZerO. It could be preparing for drop soon. I think that's a very effective strategy against mech. Just to get that big Terran ball to run back and forth, keep them busy, keep them doing nothing but defending their bases. That is the way to go as a Zerg player. Okay, the Overlords, I think, are in position to come to mute. Oh, the irradiate. Gotta get out the infected muta. He does get out the infected muta, but there is another science vessel here. Gotta be careful. That is why mutas are not so effective mid to late game, but I think you probably should still keep a nice half and half going of Hydralis and Mutalis, just so you can get something like this done. Pull out the infected muta. He does pull it out. Going to try to pick off those science vessels with the Mutalis. Not effective. Too many Goliaths in the area. So ZerO is actually doing pretty well. He's got to stop some of this economy from Flash. He hasn't gotten a whole lot of economic harassment aside from a few SCV kills there earlier. But Flash is just expanding everywhere, and I think he's getting ready for a big push, starting to scan the bases, thinking to himself, well, I have an overwhelming number of forces. I bet I can take down one of these hatcheries. So he's positioning himself to do just that. Look at all these turrets from Flash, just trying to make sure no more Mutalis interfere. And yeah, he's just laying mines everywhere. And this is going to start to be scary for ZerO. So ZerO was not taking the 2 o'clock base. He was just grouping up there with troops. I thought he would take that. And he needs to take his 5th base now and expand everywhere before Flash starts heading towards the hatcheries. He's trying to work his way down to the 8 o'clock hatchery, and he's going to get there eventually. So ZerO needs to get something done. Look at all the turrets from Flash. The observers are pointing it out too. They're like, wow, that is a lot of turrets. And Flash is actually utilizing a versus Protoss strategy that he likes to do, which is to put supply depots out to act as a block for his siege tanks out in the field. I mean, it gives you supply and allows you kind of utilitarian. Is that the right word? Utilitarian usefulness? I'm not sure. That sounds like a political faction or something, but more turrets coming up for Flash. Why keep building these turrets? I don't see any more Mutalists out for ZerO. Well, I guess he does have some Mutalists in the field, but he's committing himself mostly to Hydras. And Flash knows that the Hydras will melt to the siege tanks, so he's thinking to himself, well, I just got to make sure there's some anti-air around here. Some anti-air. Look, he's still building turrets. And Burrow. Now we have Burrow from ZerO. I'm not sure if that Vulture saw those units burrowing or not. If he did see that, he's going to be in the know. But yeah, you need some more turrets, Flash. We need some more turrets around here somewhere. 15 million turrets is not nearly enough. So hopefully he builds some more soon. We need to max out this map. But, okay. I think ZerO is just now taking another base. But at this point, he should be on 6 or 7 bases to deal with Flash. Because a Zerg player, even with like 6 or 7 bases, it's still going to be difficult to grind down a mech army from a Terran player. It's just so difficult to do, especially with all these supply depots out in the mines. This is just Turtle at its best. This is Flash at his best right now. Just casually. Oh, they radiate. Oh, another radiate. Oh, I don't think ZerO needs to worry about Mutalisk anymore. I think it's time to just switch into something else. Maybe try to get some Ultras out there or something, but Flash is in full panic mode. I guess he saw those troops moving up towards that position. But okay, the Hydras are out, and I forgot to see the upgrades that are on the Hydras. We got +1 armor and +2 attack for the mech army from Flash. I'll have to take a look at ZerO's troops, see how many upgrades he has on those. But he's building another base. He has the Scourge to take out the science vessels. That will be pretty important, but he is going up the map right now with all of his overlords, so I think he will try a massive drop inside the main soon enough. Taking down the bunker, Flash says, just one more obstacle in my way towards total world domination. Get rid of that bunker, and then the Marines start going, is it cold in here? It's okay, more turrets? Come on, Flash, build some more turrets than that. This is getting ridiculous, but here comes the drop. Looks like ZerO has committed most of his troops to this, still going for Mutalisk, which is actually working out pretty effective at this base for Flash, since there is a nice ridge back there where ZerO can just keep going back and forth. As long as he takes out the science vessels with Scourge, which he's trying to do, that will leave him open to get that Mutalisk harassment done. Flash will basically be forced to bring in Goliaths, or just basically try to go in with more science vessels. Okay, Flash, build some more turrets. Now, there's another turret. Good. I was wondering when he'd build more. But here comes the big drop soon enough. Well, how many troops is ZerO going to wait for to do this? They're at equal population, 168, 166, 172. Oh, boy. So, yeah, ZerO is going to prepare now. He just got up to 182 population, so I think he'll do his drop soon. Maybe trying to get in a few more Zerglings. If he's going for an attack on the buildings, he's going to want to have Zerglings in there as well. But, the Scourge not doing their job, not taking out those pesky science vessels. But okay, plenty of Zerglings in. But he's got to get this done. He can't let Flash scout this. He's got to load up all of his overlords, get in there as quickly as he can before Flash stumbles upon this gigantic drop. He's going to see it soon enough. If he's scanning all over the place, he's going to know about that. Flash trying to find somewhere to land his command center, but there's turrets everywhere, so he can't. But here come the science vessels spotting the burrowed troops. What is ZerO doing? He's moving up right now with all of his Hydralists to protect these other Hydras. More Scourge in the area, going to try to get a nice sneak attack on those science vessels. Might end up working. Flash building another turret. This is fantastic. But come on, ZerO, get the drop done. Get something done. You can't just sit on a mech build like this. Sit around and say, I'll be okay. It's just a mech build. Because Flash at 2 armor, 3 attack. And I still forgot to check ZerO's upgrades again. I'll be able to do that soon enough. Another base coming up for Flash. +1 carapace and +2 spines for ZerO. No +1 melee. So ZerO not actually getting as many upgrades out as I thought he would. Maybe trying to get that Defiler tech. I did see the Defiler, so moving towards Defiler tech. That's what he was waiting for this big drop. But let's see if Flash stumbles upon this or not. I didn't see any brown units down there to scout that, but he could scan it soon enough. But this is just going to be so difficult for ZerO to do now. Just look at everything on the map. Just mines and turrets up the wazoo. Not even out the wazoo, just completely up the wazoo. There's another turret being built for Flash as he's moving into this position. This is what I was afraid of for ZerO. I think that build might have been scouted. Knowing Flash, he probably scanned out there just to see what he was up against on the high ground. But ZerO moving in right now, huge amount of troops. I don't think he's going to be able to do this, though. It looks like he isn't going for the drop. He's just going here right now. Oh, man, a huge attack from ZerO coming in with Defilers at the same time.